If my voice sounds a bit different, it's cause I've actually caught a bad cold, right? It's a real pain in my throat. Also, before I talk about the latest chapter of Chainsaw Man, I'm actually working on a Gun Devil video. If any of you are looking forward to it, do let me know. Just as I had anticipated, this chapter had a lot to cover, and a lot of reveals as well. For starters, we found out that Denji has been keeping up his record of farting. Denji must really have some very shady neighbors, and Nayuta really is the control devil. I mean, she's like Makima. At least the hairstyle is. So the chapter starts off with Denji and Asa. They're really doing this. They're actually going to Denji's apartment. And somehow I don't still see that weird guy from before who was actually peeking on them in the end of the last chapter. We don't see him just yet in chapter 119. And yeah, I kind of forgot to mention him in my last review, so I'm doing it now. Anyhow, we kind of see Asa and Denji as they walk towards Denji's apartment. And Denji drops the rule number 1. Don't open any other door other than Denji's apartment. Then we move on and they start watching the movie. They're actually watching movies on a date. But yeah, it's somebody's kink, I'm pretty sure. And I guess there's nothing wrong with watching movies with your loved ones, I guess. I mean, people do that all the time. It's just the fact that these are the Mummy trilogy that's actually bothering me. Who in their damn right mind would decide to watch a movie of the Mummy trilogy on a date? Who would do that? You know who? This guy right here. And then we get the second rule of Denji's household. Don't open the fridge. Which is again a pretty standard thing. I mean, like, what's the worst that can come out of that fridge? I guess somebody's body, but that's beside the point. And Asa responds to it by simply stating the fact that you don't usually look at other people's fridges, do you? I mean, that job is for FBI and the police and I guess whoever actually investigates the bodies and the missing. And then we get the final rule. No making out with Denji in front of Nayuta. And I guess what really strikes me as funny is the fact that we didn't really get a name drop for Nayuta till now. Like from the beginning of Chainsaw Man Part 2, nobody has actually spelled her name out. Denji always refers to her as his sister or the girl sharing a room with him or something like that. Roommate basically. She never really gets her name drop, not even in form of writing. It's always either NA or TA, something like that. But yeah, the moment Denji says this, Asa flips. Fear, anxiety, stress, whatever it was, it kind of forces Asa to simply lose her mind and actually end up saying that she doesn't really like Denji, that she actually hates him. Even though we all know where this is going, right? I mean, Yoru actually confirmed the fact that Asa is actually in love with him. And here she says that she actually hates Denji. And Denji, after hearing it, loses his self-worth in an instant. He starts having an inner monologue about him and Asa being together in the aquarium and eating starfish. Like that's actually something you'd do on a proper date. And right then and there, Yoru comes in and jumps on Denji. And for whatever reason, maybe it's Hinemo's fault, maybe it's Kobeni's fault, maybe it's Pochita's fault. But we have Denji backing off, like he's actually afraid of something. And that instantly takes me back to Hinemo and her puking in Denji's mouth. And the expressions he makes, it's just phenomenal. And to add to the madness, we finally meet Nayuta. And she actually looks like Makima, at least the hairstyle. And even her entry is pretty funny, like coming in with all those dogs. And then she goes bang and weird chains come out and actually strike Asa in the forehead. And the chapter ends with exactly what it started with. The word thief. I mean, it was the title of the chapter, so we can say it actually started with thief. That was actually the entirety of the chapter. And for some reason, I personally enjoyed this one. I mean, this is the most fun I've had reading Chainsaw Man after its return. Maybe it was Yoru kissing Denji. Maybe it was Denji keeping track of his farts in March. Maybe it was Nayuta coming in with all those dogs. The chapter really had me hooked from the start to the very end. And I actually liked this one. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. Whenever that will be, maybe 7 days from now, 14 days from now. Whenever it is, I'll be sure to drop another video. And I'll see you all then. Peace. Oh yeah, I'm also working on the Gun Devil video. Be sure to check that one out whenever it drops. As always, peace.